Hello and welcome. There is no World Cup games today, which is a bit of a killer. It's a bit frustrating because I've just got used to it. I'm enjoying it. But we thought we would have a chat about the World Cup so far and obviously the quarterfinals that will begin on Friday with my team, Brazil, playing at 3 o'clock. So we'll be able to do the watch along for that live on Friday, which is exciting. Am I looking stunned?
Brazil are your team.
Listen, I'd like England to win it, but Brazil,
I couldn't.
Brazil playing Croatia.
I can't speak one word of Portuguese.
That's okay, you don't need to. You just need to go.
See that video of Richarlison meeting R9?
Yeah. R9, mate.
He's so wholesome.
What a
You can't
guy.
not love Richarlison.
What a guy. I'm not asked about Richarlison, I'm talking about R9.
Oh, yeah.
R9 is
he's
the
a lovely
man.
guy, isn't he?
R9 is the man. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting as we go through it. How have you found it? Get your comments in, get your thoughts in. We can have a chat, like the stream, because we've put this goodness on for you today, because we know that you'll obviously be missing the World Cup. So get your likes and your and subscribe as well. Mm-hmm. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get on to it. Have you found it so far?
I was saying before, and I'll say it again for everyone else. I do miss like summer beer gardens where it's more about the experience of being in the garden with your mates, having a drink or whatever, and the atmosphere more than what's actually happening in the game in terms of football. This year, I think because without that, I've been able to appreciate the football more.
Okay.
And also, it's at a time where I'd be watching football anyway, and usually at this time, being an Everton fan, I've not got as much enjoyment, or I'm not enjoying football at this time of the year, which is unfortunate. And I think just having something to enjoy and be relaxed about and not totally invested in at this time of the year is good as well. It means I can enjoy Christmas as well. And I think normally you can have a really tough season. It was the same with the Euros last season, gone through a very long season that felt like it went on forever. And the season prior, because of the break, we didn't have much of a long pre-season, so it felt footy for that club football felt non-stop for a while. Yeah. So then that tournament comes around in the summer, and you're like, it's a nice hot day outside. Do go and do something, or do I watch the footy? And you think, I want to go do something. We'll now be watching football anyway, and then it's something to have on where everyone's either stuck in work, so they'll put it on to listen to, or like for us, it is work, isn't it? So it's actually been able to really enjoy it, and it's a nice break from club football as well. So I'm fully on the World Cup at Christmas, or any tournament at winter.
Are you on for that because you like the break from Everton?
No, not. That's one of the factors, but then there's also factors which I'd say I prefer. That's what I like about the summer tournaments. But even the fact that it just feels like obviously it doesn't feel as big and cultural as it normally does because everything that's going on around it. Yeah. But even then, I thought all the stuff going on around it would be more of a bother to me. And it's obviously something I'm concerned about, and a lot of people should be, but I'm still really enjoying the World Cup for what it is.
I'm literally looking at the World Cup of what goes on the pitch.
Yeah. And the footy has been really good.
Good.
And I don't know, I can't sit here and tell you exactly what difference in terms of performances and players and fitness and everything, what the difference is between pre-season and mid-season, because players are injured at the end of the season, players are injured mid-season. There'll be players that are shattered now, and there'll be players that, MLS players and all that, and there'll be players that were shattered in pre-season in the summer, but there'll be players who were ready to go. So I couldn't tell you exactly the differences between having them in terms of performances, but just watching it, I'm really enjoying it this season, this year.
Longest answer I've ever heard, but fine. Fair play to you. I'm enjoying it. We've obviously got the quarterfinals at the weekend, well, starting on Friday, like I've just said, and we've got Brazil now, the favourites in the title, because obviously Brazil, a lot of people's favourites coming into it anyway. I think they have been quite impressive in the games. They were very impressive the other night against Qatar. They could have got 9 or 10 the other night, really, in that game. But, they played Croatia, who, I'll be honest, I haven't really been impressed with Croatia at all. They were fortunate to get through the other day against Japan on penalties. I've not been impressed with them. They are an aging team, but they've still got tremendous players. Luka Modric still a fantastic footballer. You know, they've got some good players still in that side.
Yeah.
And that'll be a real test for Brazil. We've got that. We've got Netherlands against Argentina. Argentina, another one. They come into the tournament, I think it was 36 games unbeaten, and then lost to Japan. Lost to Saudi Arabia. Yeah. And you know, I watched them against Australia. Messi probably put, you know, the best individual performance, although Goncalo Ramos will probably argue his case after last night, but he'd put the best individual performance up the other day. He was tremendous in that. Argentina look very well structured, and then you've got the class of Messi, obviously.
Yeah, well, we were speaking about Spain being one of those teams where a really good team, but they've not got like a Messi or something. So if they have a poor performance, they haven't got someone to pull them out of the bag. And I think Argentina have had that, where they've had a few poor games, but they have got Messi there. And I think Messi for them certainly for the last few games, if they can get to the final, it'll be the difference in winning or losing. I think Netherlands are another one of the teams. When I mentioned the other day about, you know, you look at your favourites, Brazil, France, Spain, and even England's in the conversation. No one's really been mentioning Netherlands. I think Netherlands have been, you know, quite underrated because of their recent performances in tournaments, and I think they've got a really good team. They had a really good win on the weekend, so over USA. So I think that'll be an interesting game. I think that'll be down to Messi again. Argentina looks really good against Poland, albeit Poland were pretty shocking. But again, it's just Messi is just really hard to stop. So for Netherlands, if they can keep him quiet, I think they'll have a good chance as well. But I fancy Argentina for that one.
Yeah, it'll be Argentina, obviously. The Danes, like I said, really well structured. I think Netherlands is an interesting one, obviously. Cody Gakpo has been scoring the goals for them and has looked sharp. The other day against the United States, Denzel Dumfries turned in a tremendous performance. He ended up with 2 assists and a goal.
Yeah, man of the match.
He had a really good. But they were, you know, the States could have really got at them. Pulisic missed the chance in the first couple of minutes, and when it went to 2-1, they had an opportunity to force the Netherlands back. So I think that the Argentina game, it's just whether or not the dynamic, you know, the dynamism, certainly if the likes of Cody Gakpo will be too much for Argentina. But Argentina's such a strong side. They've got Alvarez, who's doing really well. Who's at Man City.
First World Cup.
And he's got 2 goals already. They've also got Lautaro Martinez, who he scored a goal in the opening game against Saudi, and he was a toenail offside. Yeah. Since then, nothing's gone for him.
I was going to say the Australia, credit to them for getting out of the group stage and a great team, but they're able to breeze past them. But Argentina now have got, if they beat Netherlands, then they've got Brazil, and then they've got the final. So they have to really, their best players have to. Di Maria's been poor. I expect more from him. I know he's getting on, but he's not. He's an experienced player. I think Martinez, great player for Inter, and he has to switch it on now. He's not really done much this World Cup. So as a team, they have to be all firing and all on it, especially against Netherlands, who are a really good team, because they've got, you mentioned Gakpo, they've got Memphis Depay, they've got Frankie De Jong, who's he's a world class centre midfield. So they've got to be really on it on is it Friday or Saturday?
Is he world class?
Frankie De Jong.
He's a hell of a player.
Yeah, I think he's a great.
No, I'm not saying he. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not saying he isn't a good player. I'm just saying, is he world class? Because some people are going, he's not world class.
I know it's thrown around easy nowadays, but I think he's a really talented player.
Okay, that's sound. I'm not disagreeing. I'm just asking you that question. The Netherlands. Sorry, I'm just letting people on YouTube know that we are. Or people on Twitter that will have. De Jong is good. They have got some really good players. We know that they have obviously got Van Dijk at the back as well, haven't they? Dumfries, who we spoke about, on the right. So I think that one's dead interesting, but Argentina are quality. Dave Jono says, first of all, he says, obrigado, Ned, which means thank you in Portuguese. So there you go. He said he didn't know a single word. Now you do.
Now I do.
Obrigado.
Obrigado.
Gordon Ramsay's got cooking to do, but he's in the comments, so fair play. Hello, Gordon. And that says, Baz, are you as handsome in real life? I can't really answer that, can I, Dave Jono says, how can Brazil be the favourites when Argentina won the cup in Brazil? I've had over 200 bets on Argentina. Get your bollocks on them. Well, they can be the favourites. That's gone, hasn't it? It's regardless of whatever's gone on in the past. But I just think Brazil have got more firepower than Argentina. That's my personal opinion.
Since that Copa de America, the Vinicius Junior,
the Copa de America,
Copa America, Vinicius Junior and Rodrigo have both won in Champions League and are both, a year older.
The thing is, right, is that Argentina, we've
whatever.
just said, they've got a really good structure. They've got some good players. In the final third, we've talked about Martinez. We've talked about obviously Messi's incredible. And if Argentina won it, what a tremendous way for Messi to finish and giving them that World Cup and all that. Be amazing to see him. Be amazing to see him last, the World Cup. Scored, what was his 790th goal the other night in a 1,000 game. Tremendous, unbelievable footballer. That'd be a great story to finish on. But I just feel like Brazil have got more firepower than them. I think Vini Junior, they've got Rafinha, they've got Richarlison, obviously they've lost Gabriel Jesus, Neymar. They've got players that can put the ball in the net.
I think they've got a really underrated. I don't even think it's that. I remember talking, I can't remember who it was now, a few weeks ago, and it's like, yeah, but Brazil are quite open, aren't they? Or they've got, Thiago Silva's, 38, whatever. It's not club football. I understand that. You wouldn't sign a 38-year-old in club football, but game by game in a World Cup tournament, Thiago Silva will be fine. They've got Militao, they've got Marquinhos, who's still very much in his prime. The midfield's packed with talent. Casemiro, who is a really, really good midfielder. Fabinho, who's obviously we know a lot about him. Paqueta, who's obviously been doing really well as well. They've got loads and loads of talent, and I think for them it's like a good mix-off. They've got players who it's probably the last World Cup. Marquinhos might have another one, but he'll be 35 by then. Thiago Silva will be his last World Cup, imagine. Militao will be getting on then. Casemiro will be, mid-30s. So they've got players who are not in the peak anymore, but still at that level where they can win it, with the added addition of Vinicius Junior, Rodrigo, Neymar, who's still, he's 28 years of age, Richarlison, who's 25, 26, he's firing it. I think they've got probably like their best chance to win it now. When I look at Brazil now, I think of Belgium a few years ago where they had their chance where everyone was like sort of the right age, a good mix of old and young. Like Company was still, playing towards the end of his career. Vertonghen and Alderweireld, Hazard, and they've missed their opportunity. So I don't want to see that happen to Brazil because I really like Brazil.
Okay. Jay says, predicted the Brazil v Portugal final and France v Argentina, third place playoff before it started. Hope I'm wrong. Interesting, though.
Could be. I thought we'd see a Brazil-Argentina semi-final, and it could definitely go that way.
Thomas says, I think it's between Argentina and Brazil. I believe it will be a South American team that win it. They both got squads with incredible depth and quality. Yeah, Dave Jono's gone for Argentina-Portugal in the final. There you go. Interesting.
That means that they'd have to knock out either France or England, but after last night's performance, full of confidence. I don't see why they couldn't. They've got to play Morocco first, haven't they?
Yeah.
So you can't underestimate Morocco at the moment.
Morocco were stuck to the game plan yesterday. They were excellent. Really good.
They'll be full of belief.
Well organised. Hit you on the break. Good potential. Done brilliantly in the penalty. So fair play to them. Jay says here, what players have you spotted do you think might be potential bargains or improvements for Everton?
None.
No, it's never buy off the back of a World Cup. There's players in the World Cup who improve Everton. Of course there are. But in terms of bargains, I don't think you're getting bargains off the back of a World Cup.
We spoke about this on the Tuesday topic yesterday, and it's in short, World Cup isn't the environment to be watching players to sign for a club football.
There's players who you look at, obviously, Everton were heavily interested in Mohamed Kudus. He's been excellent, hasn't he? What we saw of him for Ghana, he's looked really lively. You're looking at people. You see, I like Buchanan of Canada. I don't know how much he'd go for. He's playing in Belgium at the moment. He's nice and pacey. Tim Weyer of United States, wide right, nice and pacey. It's how much money these players are going for in terms of bargains. But I know people mentioned Harry Shooter, Australian centre-back. He's at Stoke. I'm not convinced right now. I'd have to see more of him. But I think it's difficult when you're watching the World Cup. There's a fella up front for Brazil looks all right. He'd improve us.
Richarlison. I'd have a few of those. Rafinha even looked all right as well.
Do you mean Rafinha's brilliant?
Yeah.
He's brilliant in the Premier League.
I don't think he's good as
Vinny Junior,
Vinicius,
brilliant. You know, these kind of... Goncalo Ramos last night, if Everton inquired about in the summer, got a hat-trick last night, has looked very good. So there is good players who would massively improve Everton, but I don't think you're getting bargains off the back of it. Dave Jono says Tom Cannon scored with his left and right foot last night. Proper chuffed a bit. A striker that can score equally with both feet. He's going far, that lad. Well, it's all about improvement for Tom now, isn't it? Another two last night. Took both of them, you know, really well. I imagine he will be part of Everton's squad. Certainly. I'll be surprised if he's not on the bench in the next 4 games.
Yeah, I was going to say next 3 games.
So we've got Wolves at home, City away, Brighton at home, and Manchester United away in the FA Cup. I'd imagine he'll be sub for all 4 of them. And even if Dom's fit, he should be anyway. The lad deserves a little go on the bench. He's doing really well. It's up to Tom now to keep progressing. All he can do is keep putting the ball in the back of the net. It's what he does. Scored for Everton out in Australia as well, didn't he? He's a big lad. He's just got to improve his speed. He's getting across the front post now, which is something that he hadn't been doing. So why not? It'd be great if he, you know, I think isn't he from Aintree, is he? He's a Scouser, no, he's a Scouser. Be brilliant if he could come through and make it, but it's very early days in Premier League strikers. Got to be really good to be a Premier League striker, but he's got a chance.
Crucial times now at his age. You got to choose make the right decisions. Yeah. I personally, for him, I'd say, what is he, 19 now or 18?
20 in December.
Yeah, if he was 19, I'd be looking at getting him alone in League, maybe skip League 2, go to League 1 or Championship, maybe not Championship, League 1.
Yeah. I think if Everton bring in the reinforcements they need, and let's be honest, they need 2. They absolutely need 2. They need 2 within the first week in January, really. 0.7 goals per game is shocking, absolutely dire, and it's going to put Everton in trouble. And the other makeup of the team shouldn't be a team that is in trouble, in my opinion. The front 3 don't get goals. No one gets goals in the team. So therefore, Everton have to do the business. If they bring 2 in, then Tom should absolutely be allowed to go on loan and be playing in a team in the league where he's getting roughed up a little bit, because that's what's going to help him. He keep scoring goals, then you look at him again in the summer, don't you? That's what you do for his development. Listen, he used to say he's not on the bench against Wolves on Boxing Day, and Lampard brings him on and he gets on the end of something. He's a natural goal scorer. They're difficult to find. It's just as he got the other bits to his game that you need at Premier League level. Scoring goals at the 21s is great. It's not exactly a very good level. So, but all he can do as a striker is put the ball in the back of the net. That's all you can do. Play what's in front of you. It's can he step through the levels now? Train every day with the first team, knock defenders about, get on the end of things in training, show the manager you're worth a shot. That's all he can do. That's all he can do. The Blues says, excuse me, Brazil are favourites for me as well. And that spine, they've got Alisson, Thiago Silva, Marquinhos, Casemiro was just as he's been brilliant, hasn't he? He has been brilliant. Casemiro,
yeah,
top draw. He was, to be honest, he was superb at Goodison.
He's just always in control, isn't he, of the game?
You don't win Champions Leagues like he has if you're not very good. He's tremendous footballer.
Yeah, pick out a really good pass as well.
He was brilliant. Like I said, that Goodison, he was brilliant.
That's why I think they've got a team of really good leaders and youngsters who are very talented. I don't think Vinicius Junior and players like them and Rodrigo can win stuff on their own without players like Thiago Silva and Marquinhos and Casemiro. So it showed. Obviously, Casemiro's played with them players anyway, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Real Madrid, so
absolutely. Anthony says after last night, I wouldn't write Morocco off so fast. No, Morocco really impressed me last night against Spain.
In terms of going into games with a game plan, they might not be the most talented team, one of the best to watch, but they've probably been one of the best teams, certainly in terms of results. They've only dropped 2 points, haven't they, in the group stage, and then
they were 7 points after the 9. Obviously got past
undefeated.
So. Got past Spain, so I wouldn't write them off. They were brilliant yesterday, and then the penalties. What a penalty by Hakimi to win it. the little Panenka.
Yeah.
Absolutely tremendous.
Would you say
brilliant stuff?
not so much in terms of results, because you could obviously just look who got most points in the group stage.
Mm?
Who would you say the best team has been so far in this World Cup? France have been dangerous.
France have looked good. England, to be fair to England, England have looked strong. I think Brazil have been excellent. Obviously, they got beat the final group game. They made loads of changes, you know. And even the other night, they brought Everton on to make sure everybody's played in the thing for them, which was a great touch.
Goalkeeper.
Something that Gareth Southgate could learn a little lesson from. You know, he could have brought Cody on, and he could have brought James Maddison on the other night. The game was dead. Instead, putting people on who we know.
Rest. Give your players a
bit
little
weird,
rest.
but hey-o.
Maybe not Ramsdale, though. Leave Pickford there.
Yeah.
He deserves to play every
So
week.
I think overall, the most impressed I've been. I want to say Brazil, to be honest. But France, you can't look past France either, though. France have been strong.
When they played the first team, apart from that Tunisia
Mbappe
game,
and all that.
when you watch the first team,
they look good. Griezmann
Chance
the other day
after
was
chance.
really good. Griezmann just dropped into the 10. It was.
They should have put 4 or 5 or even maybe 6 past, but maybe not 6.
Yeah.
They should have put a couple more past Poland. They had opportunities before they even scored, where it's like Giroud had one. It was right in front of him, about a millimetre away from it, and it's the back of the net.
Yeah, no, the France are brilliant. Rondon the Legend says, afternoon, lads. Hello, mate. Afternoon. Tommy F says, is Ronaldo a bench player now? Portugal seemed loads better without him in the team. You know what? Yeah. If I was the Portuguese fella last night who looked like he was under a bit of pressure, because obviously the spotlight was on him, wasn't it? You leave Ronaldo out and you put Goncalo Ramos in and all that for such a big game.
You're a better team because you've got a team that plays that work together.
But they were dynamic. Up until last night, Portugal have been like solid but slow because he's been in the team.
Yeah.
Now, if you give Ronaldo chances, he'll score goals. Even last night, I know he was offside, but the one when he raced through and he smashed it past the keeper, the lad knows how to finish. You don't score the amount of goals he's got. He's a class finisher, right? The thing is, if it's to the detriment of what you're trying to do, if you've got 9 players around him who are all quick and make great runs and you can carve chances out and you need someone to be cool in front of goal, he is perfect. But they just looked so much more dynamic last night. And don't forget, they didn't even have people like Rafael Leão.
Yeah.
You know, Leão come on, scores a great goal, cuts in, whips it into the far corner.
Everyone seems better when they've got a striker who like Fernandes just looks better.
It's movement.
Yeah.
Ronaldo
Working
doesn't
hard.
move. He doesn't go and press.
I looked at that when I was watching Poland. Lewandowski doesn't. He's a great player, but you have to give him that support. And they had him up front on his own, and it's had the whole team just sitting back at the ball.
We see this
They'll
on
play
a
a ball
weekly
up to
basis,
him,
mate.
and
We
just
see
like,
this on a weekly basis at
but
Everton.
you get a team that's all working together, and it's not we're pinning our hopes on our number 9. It's I look like in terms of club level, I look at Arsenal and go, Jesus isn't a top number 9 where they pin all the hopes on him scoring goals, but he's part of the team that works hard.
He has been fantastic for them. He just doesn't
And then I
stick.
looked at that with Portugal last night. Got a striker who works hard and plays as part of the team.
Yeah.
Fernandes becomes not a focal point, but really, their talent or their luxury player in that team. Where normally with Ronaldo there, Ronaldo doesn't work hard enough, so the whole team has to work harder. And I just think they look better last night.
They just look more dynamic. And if
Yeah.
you're dynamic with some of the quality they've got, and we're talking about João Felix, or they would call him, Clive Tilsley kept calling him Folix or something like that.
Folix.
I don't know what he was saying. But he's a good footballer. They've obviously got Bernardo Silva, who's tremendous. Bruno Fernandes. Or Fernandes, as they say. Fernandes, isn't it? Bruno Fernandes. He's tremendous footballer. They've got lots of ability. Otavio, brilliant.
Got a lot of pace.
They've got a lot of things. And last night, because they were so fluid and dynamic, and Goncalo Ramos was moving right, left, and offering himself up in channels and staying back between centre backs.
Yeah, good play.
They looked just so much better. So maybe Cristiano is now the way it is.
It's just a
sub.
It just so happens when you leave him out of the team as well. There's far too much noise, more noise than there should be.
But there will be, because he's their
as well.
he's their biggest icon, isn't he? But that's the way it is.
Fans booing because he wasn't being brought on as well.
Because they want to see him, don't they? They're not.
I don't give it soft. If I was there, I'd give it.
It won't be all of their fans though, will it? It's
true.
everybody. It's probably Speed.
Speed.
You know what I mean? Exactly.
I came to Qatar to watch Ronaldo.
There you go. Kev says, Bazco, what you said last night coming in, I'll pop in. I'll get our kids to drive me because I don't drive anymore. Yeah, mate, Sam, just let us know. The Blues says Morocco, good defensively, but 3 of their back 4 got injured. And they all did about 290s worth of running against. Yeah, they did. They done loads, didn't they? But they've got a couple of days recover, recuperation. Seiss finished the game with a stupid strap on his leg. They'll have to check his hamstring out. The Gueye it wasn't it? Was it Gueye?
If he's out,
he looked like he was out.
If he's out, then stay out until at least after Boxing Day.
Yes. No, play, and then make sure you're not. And he doesn't play for Wolves anymore.
Oh, does he not?
No, plays for Besiktas.
Oh.
I've just fallen into your trap there for a minute. No, plays for Besiktas, he's gone. But yeah, that is a big thing, obviously. Their best back 4, but this is what the World Cup does, so you've got to see. Jay says, what a clown that Otamendi is. Eric Foster says, honest thoughts on how the USA performed in the World Cup and who from the USA you'd like to see at Everton. I thought they were decent. America, I thought they've got they've got some good young players. They'll be better in 4 years, I think. I think for the one where the hosting's 3.5 years now, isn't it? I think United States will be better. By then, hopefully, the likes of Cade Cowell, who was at San Jose Earthquakes, hopefully he'll be in there because his pace will give them another outlet. He can play through the middle or wide. Obviously, players like Tim Weah was good. You've got Pulisic, who's excellent. Gio Reyna, who I think I really like the look of.
The one who's about 19, isn't he? They've got a really good.
They've got good young players. They've got Cade Clark as well, haven't they? Who was going off to Germany. Another young player, Busso, is it? Who's at Sporting Kansas City. He's another good one. Musa in the midfield was excellent. Obviously the issue for me would be Tim Ream, who's for me, just very, very average centre-back, and I think he's about 35. Zimmerman, I think he won pace with him.
I don't think it was fantastic.
I thought a few years ago, Maziga was really went to Chelsea, didn't he? And thought when he went from Red Bulls to Chelsea, I thought he was going to be someone who'd come through and be the mainstay at the centre of the defence. But no, I like the look of the States. I think the big thing that let them down for me was through the middle, was the striker. Was it Wright who come on and scored the maddest goal ever? He's all right, but he's very raw.
I watched them in the group stage, and the knockout stage, fair enough, they played a team that was just a better team, and then they got a better team of individuals. But in the group stage, and I think Wales summed up really well, they had a lot of the ball, and they battered them for the first half, and they got let down because of the centre-backs giving away a silly penalty. Ream's obviously 35, Zimmerman's who's just slow, and they didn't set the chances before that penalty because they didn't have the experience or the.
They haven't got it. Let's have it right.
They've got a proper number.
They've got a lot of good young players, United States coming through, but they haven't got a good centre forward.
I think
and that's the problem.
I think with some of the players they got there, like Reyna, McKennie, Pulisic, Weah.
Musa's brilliant.
I think in 4 year times you had put a couple of new centre backs for that. Because they'll be experienced, so you can get some younger centre-backs in.
Like I said, Cade, for me, I'm looking at Cade Cowell and thinking as a striker.
Yeah.
I'm thinking if he can go again. He was great last season. He broke onto the scene really quickly, great pace, good goals. Then he tailed off a little bit as young players do. If he can come back strong, I think he could do well. And then obviously they've got another couple of players you can drop in there and the experience, and then obviously playing in the United States, where the next one is, I think they could do all right.
And they've got.
And at Everton, if you talk about players at Everton, I like Weah. I think he'd make a difference to Everton.
Yeah.
I'd like Reyna, but he's playing out in Dortmund. He's a good player.
I think he'll go to somewhere.
Weston McKennie, I think, could do well at Everton.
Is he playing? Is he at Juventus now?
Juve still, yeah. Musa is a good player. So they've got some good players. There's no doubt about it.
They've got some good athletes as well in this side. I think in terms of
Anthony Robinson was good. Just defensively, he's not great, but going forward, he's a threat.
I look at them and I think getting to the knockout stages, and with the team they've got, it's a good foundation for 4 years' time. They'll build, they'll grow and they'll build, they'll get better. And
absolutely.
It's not like they can look back and go, we were really poor. They've got to knockout stages and got beat by a really good side, so it's fair enough.
Yeah. Sophie says, I somehow have a good feeling that England will bring it home, but they need Rice fit. Fair enough, Soph. Ruben says, Weston McKennie, he'd like that. Dave Jono says, what's Dybala doing? Is he playing?
He's gone to Roma now, hasn't he?
Is he not in? Is he in the squad?
He hasn't played for Argentina this
No, he hasn't played in the World Cup, but is he there? I haven't even seen.
I think so.
I'll be honest, I haven't got a club. I've not seen his name mentioned, Dave.
He's been a bit crap for a couple of years now, hasn't he? Let me look at this side.
Talented footballer.
He was brilliant for Parma, and then he'd done really well for Juve.
He was great for Juve. Left foot, beautiful.
He just tailed off a bit.
Glenn says, Ned, sorry to hear you were scammed for your laptop. I've got a scheme you might be interested in to help make your money back. I know a fallen African king that needs to get his money into the UK.
No. I'm not falling for this.
Shrikar says, hey Ned, do you think England can bring it home?
Yeah, of course they can. Just got to beat France and then beat whoever's in the semi-final, then we'll win the final. It's as simple as.
Obvious.
They've just got to be really professional.
They can win at England.
They can't be too pragmatic. I think that let them down against Italy, getting a goal, and then I think they tailed off.
They can win it though, can't they?
Dybala's in the squad, but he's not been coming on or anything.
Yeah.
So.
Glenn says the fallen king has the same name as you, surname as you. Ned, I'll message you with the details. Dave Giano, Messi is the ambassador for the Middle East, Argentina. Let them win, it's a fix, I'm telling you. Messi, Ronaldo final. Fair enough, Dave. Dave says rate Dobbin's loan for us. Up to now, Baz and Ned.
Well, he's playing every week. He scored a couple of goals. He's playing out wide, so...
He's playing off the left. My mate is a Derby County season ticket holder. Said he's really good. It's just a little bit of his decision making.
But he's there to make those mistakes.
But that's what he's there. He's helping Derby. I think he plays a lot of the games. The manager's got faith in him. He seems to be doing quite well. But it is League One. All he can do, he's only 18, 19. All he can do is keep improving. But the Derby fans seem to really like him. He scored a hell of a volley against Torquay in the FA Cup the other week. So he seems to be doing quite well, and that's good. It's just games, playing every week in front. And Derby get 20-odd thousand, so it's really good for him to play regular football, men's football. And if he tidies up his decision making, then he's quick, isn't he? So he's got a chance, absolutely. Dave says, I think I'm around your age, Baz, I'm 48. I'm 50, so yeah. Not too dissimilar. Ruben says even Koyati is better than Maupay. Okay.
The one in the 21s.
Katia. He scored a hat-trick, didn't he, last night? Sophie says he'd rather have Cannon than Maupay in London. Okay, there you go. Hans says dream final, Brazil versus England. All right. Otto from the kebab shop says, got to stick money on a striker. Don't think there's any good European loans in that position. Anyone available will be unwanted. You'd have to go, you do have to look at some clubs, don't you, and see whether there's anything who is going to improve us. We will have to buy a striker, absolutely. But a 30-40 million pound striker, a down payment's 5 million quid for that, 6 million quid. So it's not massively outrageous. Everton are going to have to be creative. They're going to have to come up with it. I don't think we can gamble. It's not like we're doing it to just add on top of the goodness that we've got. We are in dire straits. Dom, just right now, can't catch a break, can he, fitness-wise? So we can't sit here and go, it's okay because you've got Dominic Calvert-Lewin, he's going to be fit now for the rest of the season, because we can't. He's already returned and got injured again. So we can't rely on that right now. If we could take the weight off Dom, perhaps we could ease him in a little bit more. So we may well just end up buying one. There's people like Moussa Dembélé at Lyon, who's got 6 months left on his deal there, 26 years of age. He knows where the net is. hugely prolific, but he's a good size. He's pacey. Does know where the net is.
He has had seasons where he scored. I know
scored
last season he didn't really score. I don't think he only scored a couple. He was in Spain.
He went to Atletico Madrid and he was poor there, but he was decent at Lyon and he was good. He was brilliant at Celtic.
And it's not a huge market at the moment, certainly for Everton. In January.
We'll see, We'll see. Dave said, outstanding Koyati. I've seen him 4 times this season.
Yeah, he is a good young player, and he's like 17 or 18. He's doing well.
Yeah. Watto TV says, Baz, that Rooney interview really was sick. A great watch. Would love you to do more like that with the players we fell in love with. Thank you very much, mate. Well, that's what we're hoping to. We're hoping to kick it on, and I've had a couple of people saying they want to do some stuff. So let's see what plays out. Gonna be doing one with Kevin Kilban, actually, which I'm looking forward to. Killer, be a good one. But there's others in the pipeline. So
he had a good left foot.
Yeah, he did. Gordon says, yes, that Rooney interview was top class. Leighton Baines interview next. Baines doesn't speak to anybody. Love to interview him, but I
keeps himself to himself.
Yeah, he doesn't. Be a start if he'd done one with Everton first, wouldn't he? He hasn't said a word, has he? The Blues says, important to remember Casemiro got caught on the ball for a Wobie's goal, and look how good he is. There't a narrative that Gueye has been poor because he hasn't been perfect on the ball, but he protects. No, Garner's been really good for us. People make their mind up on something and then they can never be wrong on it. It's just something that sticks, and yet Garner's got us out of trouble so many times. Is he loose on the ball? Everyone is.
Garner plays in a position where he'll have 90 touches a game, where everyone else will have 40, and he'll probably lose the ball. If not the same, less than everyone else. But it's just the fact that you can control a game for 89 minutes, but have that 1 minute where he just loses the ball, and because of the position he's in, he loses the ball and they're throwing goal, and people go, crap, he's lost the ball and now they're through.
They don't look at how many times he wins the ball back.
That Newcastle game at St James's Park, he was brilliant. He controlled the midfield for me. And he got us out of trouble so many times, especially when they were on a counter. And it was first half, there was one where he gave the ball away and they went through and
people
goal.
Jumped on him,
didn't score, but people just jumped on that, losing the ball, because they don't watch every. And I know it's you're watching it on the telly, so you're not seeing everything, and I was away from home. But they just jumps on him for that one thing. And then there's the narrative, then he loses the ball, and then you look at the stats. I think that game he lost the ball 10 times, and he had 90 touches. So that's a ratio of 1 to 9, and everyone else probably lost the possession the same, especially midfield. They lost the possession about the same amount of times with only 30 or 40 touches in the game.
No, mate, Garner's been good for us. Ruben says, yeah, that Tite is sound, played nearly everyone. Yeah, he has.
Is he the one? He's the manager.
Yeah. One who's doing the Prue with Charlison.
Yeah. How long's he been the manager of Brazil?
For a while now. Yes. I think he took back over in 2016, I think. I think it was. They got done, didn't he? Got battered.
But he wasn't there when they got beat.
No. L.Y. Monic Osel says, good night. Good night, mate. Jay says, people underestimate how much of a difference it makes when you get a leader and quality player in the engine room in midfield who dictates the play and can pass a football. We haven't had one for years. Adam says, hi, lads. Hello, Adam. Adam also says, get the likes in, everyone. Thank you very much, Adam. Kevin smashed it. The Blues says, wouldn't mind us trying to pull Juventus pants down for McKennie, like they've asked about over Moyes Keane.
To be honest, I don't know whether he was still the right sort of age we should be going for. I'd have Rabiot off them. Scored 5 goals this season already. Is he 28 now?
It's too old. Yeah.
Mbappe's got this Sanserat on there.
He has. Ruben says, USA and Japan actually surprised me. 2 good teams I thought would be bad. Kevin Kraft says, Matty Cash has impressed me playing for Poland. Good solid player at right back. Yeah, he's done all right.
I forgot he played. He's good going forward, him.
Yeah. Jay says, that Buffal at Morocco and Amrabat have looked good at the World Cup at least. Yeah.
I remember watching Buffal ages ago. Was it Fulham or Southampton? Southampton. I didn't even know he was still playing.
Jay says Dybala has been good for Roma. He has. He's a good player. He's a good player. Kevin Kraft says, love Ned. He states the obvious.
Michael Owen does that, and he gets on ITV and all sorts.
There you go. The Blues says, Beto, get him here. Yeah, 6'4" striker at Udinese.
Do you remember we used to rave about Daryl DK? And now we can't even get a West Brom side in the mid-table championship.
Who?
Daryl DK.
Yeah, but he had an injury as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
He's a young striker, isn't he? He's powerful and quick.
I think he's only played 2 games this season.
Yeah. Where are we here? Gordon needs to play on the left, says Satoshi Corner. Wasted on the right, in my opinion. Don't see Leao or Vinicius Jr. play on the right foot and cut in for goals.
Yeah, but we've got Damari Gray. It depends who can
got 2 of them doing the same thing, haven't we?
If none of them can produce on the right, then who can produce more on the left? I think Damari Gray just produces that a little bit more for me.
I think Gordon crosses the ball better.
On the right, yeah.
On the right, so I think that's probably why he plays him
and
there.
I think Damari Gray cutting in on his right is a bit more dangerous because we've seen him get shots off and get him on target.
But I suppose Gordon, I think what Satoshi's saying there is Gordon does the same, doesn't he? He cuts in and has shots, doesn't he? But
what really we need, to be, in my opinion, is a left-footed right winger who can get in, score goals, make runs.
Or just a right winger.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
An actual out-and-out who goes, no, actually I want to play on the right. Now, whether he's left-footed or whether he's right-footed. And then the other side really should be Anthony Gordon and Damari Gray battling for that one spot, shouldn't it really? We need someone on the right-hand side who can get you 7, 8, 9 goals.
Yeah.
You know?
Like a Morales or someone. I know he played like
well, a good player. You know, like nowadays, I mean, I'm talking about now, Morales was good for us, but I'm talking about like a modern day player now. He's going by Martin Terrier, but he does play on the left as well, to be fair. But he does score. Scores goals. Yeah. The Blues says exactly, Baz. People looking to be proven right don't see the good he does. Yeah, Garner's Everton, well, some Evertonians moaned when we didn't have anyone in that role to win the ball, and then we've got Garner, and he's done more than. He's basically replaced himself, hasn't he? Because we haven't had anyone to do that role since he left, and he's back doing that role, and people are moaning again, and it's like, what did you want there before? You moaned when it was Alan, you moaned when it was Decore, didn't it? You know, when we tried Gylfi Sigurdsson in there, didn't we? Tom Davies, people don't like them.
I think
Garner's sound. Put Onana with him in a double pivot and have a Wobie in front of them. For right now, if you're playing 3 midfielders.
I think something that has always really annoyed me as well. Premier League, you're playing against Premier League players. You expect our team to win the ball, but you expect no team to come and win the ball off our players.
Yeah.
Players lose the ball. It's about what they do after it.
Yeah. Ozzy Dillon says, hey, Bazzino, do you send merchandise to Spain? Though Christmas jumpers look fire. They do. They ship everywhere, don't they?
Apart from a few.
Yeah, it's only but Spain. No, ship in Europe, though. Yes, Ozzy Dillon. It's on the... you'd know if you go on the shop, they're there, but you'd have to order it by tonight, definitely. Definitely, because...
Tonight is the delivery.
Tonight, for any merchandise, the cut-off to be guaranteed for Christmas.
Industrial stuff.
Maybe like to Spain mightn't be as bad because
I don't know.
There's industrial action in the UK, you see.
I don't know the ins and outs of
No. So, but if you go on the shop and have a look, it'll tell you there where they ship to and everything. Cheers, mate.
Same with everything. If you want to go order something offline.
And you're a Premier member, so message, but do it and we try and sort you out. Sophie says, looks like Spurs are coming in for Gordon in January. Sell, says Sophie.
I don't think they will.
Now, you'll have to see, don't you? You have to see whether it's paper talk. So if they do, but they'll have to come in with big money, won't they?
And if they sell him, they have to be prepared to know who they're investing in, because if you don't invest correctly, you're left with Gray then.
Maybe we just swap Gordon for Richarlison.
And Kulevsky.
Maybe.
then you're getting a striker and a winger. Seems like a third. I'll have that Son as well.
Rondon the Legend says, who starts up front against Wolves? Tom Cannon.
Dom. Actually, I don't know.
Dom if he's fit.
Dom.
There wouldn't, I doubt it'd be Maupay, wouldn't it? He
He'd
wouldn't
like to
start
think so.
Cannon, but then who knows? Depends what he does in training. If he's on fire in training, then why not? Jay says, any chance you can get Big Daniel Amakati in for an interview? Try. You can try. He's not over here, is he? But might be able to get him on Zoom or something like that. I'd love to speak to Amo. I loved Amo. Rondon the Legend says, Amo, good shout. And so does Kevin Kraft. Abigail says, I was calling for Cash to be signed when he was at Forest, always been a good player. Garner's been great. Yeah, he's done all right, Matty Cash. You know, powerful, isn't he, up and down?
I never really watched him.
Done quite well.
I haven't watched much for Villa except when he's played Everton, or the game's been on Sky. He's actually quite good going forward.
Yeah.
Getting Amo in, he'd be the first player to have in who won the FA Cup since Matt Jackson last year. Remember, he was good as well, wasn't he, Jackson?
Jackson was good, yeah.
He's a loan manager now, isn't he?
For Wolves. Kev Murphy says, all right, Baz and Ned. Baz, are you thinking strikers in January? Love the channel. Thank you, Kevin. I'd go for Terra Moffey. Said it many times. Terra Moffey at Lorient, you'd probably have to pay 20 million quid for him. 23, powerful, quick, left-footed. Think he'd get goals for Everton in the Premier League. Moussa Dembele, like I've said before, he's got 6 months left on a contract. Go and try and tempt him. And they're just 2 for starters, really. But there's players all over, isn't there? There's players, Everton, you know, looking around, what improves Everton, that's what you've got to look at. It's whether or not they've got the funds first and foremost, but I'm sure it's at the stage where you've almost got to gamble a little bit because we just haven't got any goals in this team. You know, Breuer, I'm sure Everton will make an inquiry about Breuer again at Chelsea, but that's dependent on whether they get Leao and they want Leao. So, but certainly Moffey's one and Dembele's another one. I think they're both gettable.
I'd be going back in for Breuer because, like you say, they're looking at other players and he's not getting that much time anyway. And I think in terms of his development, playing every week for Southampton last season, getting 6 goals, he'd have been open to play more this season and getting more goals and getting better. And it sort of feels like he's took a step backwards in terms of he's not playing, he's not scoring. Yeah, he might be at a better club, but
it's about your own career, isn't it?
But I'd be going back out on loan if I was him, or looking to.
Dave Jono says Moussa Diaby at Leverkusen, 30 million. We should have got Diaby to you.
We won't get him now.
Scouted him extensively and we could have got him for 20
no
million.
chance to get him that. If he was
Newcastle want him, don't they?
I don't even think Newcastle will get him.
But
He'll have to pay big money.
He's someone who Newcastle will.
Played in the Champions League and he's 21, he's scoring. He'll go to like a Madrid or United or a City or a Barcelona or a PSG because he's that good and he's 21.
GTE says, I'd say Brazil are favourites, but my word, South Korea were shocking the other night. Being that wide open against Brazil, there's only one outcome. Yeah, Brazil put them to the sword, but Korea were very, 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 very naive, weren't they? But yeah, they done the job. I
think whoever wins that semi-final, if it gets to that anyway, will be the winner. Argentina or. But then again, I think Argentina get to a final. I can see Argentina beating a team like France, England, because of Messi. But I think France could. If it's an Argentina-France final, I think France will batter them because they are quite open. Argentina, and they would have to outscore them, I think.
Okay. Abigail says Big Nev would love an interview with him. Well,
done one, haven't we?
Do you mean Big Nev would love an interview him? Would love us to interview him? Well, we are. If you mean that. We have interviewed him and it's on YouTube there. My Life for Everton, it's there. Nev, I think there's 2. Because he was in here for hours. I think there's 2 interviews with him there. But yeah, I need to get him back in to finish the last bit of his career because he was here that long and we went through lots of his career that I kind of skated over the last couple of years that he was at the club because it was when I was going down. I then had to go to Goodison to interview Andy Gray and Graham Shah for the Howard's Way thing, and he was here for ages, and I was like, I need to go, and I rushed him in the end.
There's another showing for that tomorrow night, isn't there?
Go on to it, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You play footy on a Thursday, don't you?
Yeah, where is it?
Otherwise, you'd have been invited. It's at Goodison. The Alex Young suite. There's still tickets available if any Evertonians are interested there. Adrian Heath will be there, Graham Sharp, John Bailey, Psychopath. Pat van der Now, they'll be there. The Blues says... The Blues says, spot on there, people forget all 22 players on the pitch can't do their job. If strikers do their job, that means the defence they're up against hasn't done theirs. Absolutely. Ruben says, signed Gueye and Moukoko on Footy Manager and bottom of the league. Baz, any tips?
Moukoko is a great sign.
Man, go tight, get a formation, stick with it, go tight. That's the advice.
Isn't Moukoko 17?
18, I think. No.
18, and he's playing in the World Cup.
He's in the World Cup. He was in the squad.
He was, but, you know.
Rondon the Legend says Terrier is worth a punt. Yeah, he is, definitely.
Yeah, a few players after him. He's having a good season again, and he's playing in Europa League, isn't he? So
he's quality.
Are Marseille still in the Europa League?
Doesn't play for Marseille.
Is it Rennes?
Stade Rennes.
Yeah. Are they still in the
Europa League? Yeah, I think
League?
they're still in there.
So they probably want a lot of money to let him go.
Where are we? Ozzy Dillon says, are the jumpers slightly bigger than the size shows or an exact fit? Sorry for the questions.
Mine's an exact
Mine's
fit.
always a medium, so I don't know. This is a medium. I don't get any other size. So I don't know. No, what I'm saying...
This is how big I am.
No, it's not. This is how... What I'm saying is this is a medium, isn't it? So this is like the fit on me. So, and I'm a medium in most stuff, so I don't know.
I'm a medium and it's fine.
Yeah. So, Ped, I think, tends to go one size above, I think. John Blaine has gone for a large.
Yeah, well, he wears
for a bit more. He likes it a little bit looser, so probably that, mate. Sorry, I can't give it anymore. The Blues says you watch Apenda Baz at Lons. Defo, your type of striker, him. I haven't seen loads of them, but I have seen him. The other fella that you love as well, Mawani, he's that kind of striker. Is that they're the ones, aren't they? When you're doing recruitment, this is the thing that does bear my head out at Everton, right? It really does wind me up. Is that the Premier League is power and pace, isn't it? And when you haven't got that, you have to buy that. And now, someone like Neil Maupay might fit in a different type of team.
A fluid
team or a team, or you put him into your squad to go, we'll have you there, that little mobile striker. We'll have you there, but this is the way we're playing. And Everton seem to just do the opposite. Midfield, you need legs, you need to be able to get about the pitch. Let's get players who can't run. This is not now, this is just what we've done in the past. Now it's a striker. We need a big, strong striker who can get on the end of things, who's mobile, and we go for a small fella. And we have Rondon.
We've signed quite a lot of players in the past that you could look at. They wouldn't get into the team, but they look a lot better in like a Man City. They have a lot of the ball, technical, really good, and you don't have to do a lot of running. Because they're just constantly in the final third anyway. And we've just sort of missed out that you can't have these players without people running around him, pace. Players like Andre Gomez. He was fine when he had energy and mobile players around him, and you take that away from him and he's useless.
Yeah. Now, you see, the thing with people like Apenda is he done very well he was at Vitesse, wasn't he, in Holland? And I'm sure he had either 1 in 2 or 1 in 3. I think it was around 1 in 2, which is excellent. He's gone to loans, as they say, and he's got like half a dozen goals. He might have a bit more. He might have 1 in 2-ish in France as well. He's only 22. People like him, they're talented players. But he's only just gone to London, hasn't he? So we wouldn't be able to get him. Muwani's another one. He's a talented player. Beto, was at Udinese on loan last season. I know they had the obligation to buy. But these players are there, and these are ones with that power and physique. They're the ones where you almost get your striker in, and you almost bring one of them in as a work in progress, because you've already got the thing. You've got the one you can rely on, and you've got the work in progress. And the work in progress, you throw in and out, throw in and out while you build them up.
By your team. There's loads of them in France, especially young players. They seem to get players from all over the place. There's one, I think there's one who's playing for Belgium. He plays in the right wing in France. In fact, he's playing over the left. See, Doku.
Yeah.
I was going to say Daku. But he's
Doku.
Doku. And he's like 19. And then there's players like him over there. Might cost you
He
10,
was very
20
good in the
million.
Euros, though, wasn't he, as well?
Yeah.
He was good in the Euros.
True.
Jay says, isn't Trossard's contract running down? I think he's still got 18 months, I think. This one is. And he's 27,
I wouldn't
isn't
spend. I don't think he might even be 28 now. I wouldn't be spending money on Trossard.
Yeah. Dave Jono says, we're potless, have to sell Richarlison. God knows how we're going to strengthen. Well, we've got money. It's the FFP thing that stops it.
The biggest mistake we made was we spent money on Maupay and McNeil. And
Hans says, if available and affordable, Brie Mbolo, who's the Swiss striker, of course, who's powerful, would be great for Everton with him and Kudus. Could we still get him on a fit down?
Is he still in Germany?
He's at Monaco, isn't he?
Monaco.
Mbolo, we've had the chance to get a few times. He's not prolific. He's powerful and quick and strong.
He's at Mönchengladbach, wasn't
Same with Thuram, isn't it? Marcus Thuram's another one. He's about 25, he's powerful and quick. Would he get the goals? Don't know. But, you know, he's in the France squad.
The French team.
You know.
Where was he at? Was he at Leipzig or somewhere like that? Or was it Leverkusen he was at?
Thuram was at Leverkusen.
Leipzig, isn't it?
No, not Leipzig. Was he at Leverkusen? Was he at Frankfurt?
Might have been Leverkusen, actually.
No, he wasn't at Leverkusen because they had Diaby and Bailey, didn't he?
Leipzig's got Nkunku, haven't he?
Yeah, he might have been at Frankfurt or Mönchengladbach. Mönchengladbach he was at. Danny said tried watching a Ned interview, but he either didn't have a mic on or he talks like a mouth. No, you can't hear him. He is quieter, but you can hear him. Ozzy Dillon said, I meant extra room, not extreme, extra room because of Christmas dinners. Yeah. Royal Blue said Nev was quiet as well. Maybe you're going to...
No, he talks quiet, doesn't he?
You might have to go in and redo that. Make his audio louder. Then.
If it's all on one channel, so yeah, I could just cut up everything he says and bring it up.
Maybe, because that's two different people that have said it.
Just compress it. I mean, it was before I was here, so...
No. So maybe.
Just get him back in and...
No, I know, but it's a good... Yeah. He's really in-depth throughout it, so it would be good to just...
I'll have a listen and see if I can...
Mate, you can defo fix that.
I'll put some compression on it, bring the lower levels up and bring more clips.
Mate, I know. You are a man who could fix that. Saw that this link, Eugene, Everton loanee Moise Keane could be used in Juventus Newcastle swap for Chris Wood.
Chris Wood?
Yeah.
Juventus?
Or Everton, yeah.
What?
Where are we? Right, the last few. Dave Jono says Ellis Sims is growing well. He seems to be doing all right, yeah. Everton could replace Richarlison with Goncalo Ramos is another headline today. Well, yeah. But Everton were interested in Ramos in the summer, but what are Benfica going to want for that now? The Blues says, exactly, mate, even if they aren't world beaters, get someone who'll make defenders panic and give them problems. Exactly, that's your starting point. Once you do that and you increase your goal output, you can then move and get better players, but you can polish them up as well. It's just a bit mad. Gladbach as well. He says, yeah, at Gladbach he was. Mbolo, when he was in Switzerland as a raw 17-year-old, says Dave Jono. Kevin Kraft says Ned can edit the audio and lift up Nev's audio level. Kev knows. Ned is an audio engineer, so I am quite sure.
It's just because it's
I know, but you're
on one
don't
channel.
talk yourself down, mate.
No, what I'm saying is all you have to do is
so much faith in you.
Is just clip out everything he says,
so much
put
faith
it on
in
another
you.
channel and bring it up.
See, he knows.
It's easy.
He knows. Steve Lamb says, when's the Christmas show? Don't know yet. We will. What we'll do tomorrow,
we need to get everything
we'll organise everything tomorrow and it's done. Right, the last couple and then we're going to go. Make sure you smack the like button if you want. People say hit it, smash it, smack it. Do whatever you will. Just tap it, even. Let's see if there's a refresh on Premiere. Of course, we'll be back on Friday. We'll be on Premiere tomorrow, obviously, for our normal live shows. We'll be back on Friday for the watch-along, Brazil against Croatia, 3 o'clock on Friday. So I'm looking forward to that one. It should be really good. Alex says, afternoon, lads. Would you ever travel to a World Cup or Euros? Obviously, the next World Cup would be incredible to go to, but I think if Spain and Portugal and Ukraine see their joint bid for 2030, that'd be great and easier tournament to experience. Same with Germany for 2024, and if collectively we get the Euros in 2028.
See, this is
Spain, Portugal, and Ukraine.
I think this goes back to my first question.
Mm?
A winter one, I would, but a summer one after a long season, a thingy.
It's a festival of football.
If I was going to go on
summer.
holiday, I'd just go somewhere on holiday.
Well, that's you, but other people would
Yeah.
love to. People would love to go where
Yeah,
it's
no,
warm.
That's fine. I was
Imagine
giving my
Spain,
answer.
a World Cup in Spain, and you can go down to different places. You've got your shorts and your t-shirt on, have a couple of cervezas. Gorgeous weather.
Cervezas.
Cerveza beers. Well, you'd have Cidre. Julian Clark says our Portugal a different proposition with Bernardo, João Felix and Bruno Fernandes, and having the more mobile Ramos in front of them than the declining Ronaldo. I would say yes, Julian, they are a different proposition. Absolutely. They're a more dangerous prospect than having Ronaldo, who is very statuesque. You can't have a go with him, he's 37, but it just makes, you know, if you've got younger, quicker, mobile players, you're gonna carry more of a, in my opinion, more of a threat, aren't you?
Cidre, is that cider?
Cider.
I don't drink cider anymore.
Oh, what are you on
too
now?
Expensive. Mathew or Mathew.
Too expensive, just the same.
Get a pint.
Just the same. The Blues says Dom benefited from not being the main man when we bought Keane. I don't think he grows the way he did without Keane signing. You definitely need two forwards. Yeah, you got to have two. It frustrates me when I look in the Premier League and I see clubs like Crystal Palace who've got 3 or 4 forwards they can play in as strikers, and other clubs have got it, and you're like, how have Everton not got 3 centre forwards who can all play? I know Rondon's there, but you'd look at him and just go, is he really?
Rondon's like saying, we've got thingy as a, what's his name, goalkeeper, like having a 4th choice keeper. That's like you don't include him, do you?
No.
He's got. You say you've got 2 keepers.
He's going to be getting in the squads now anyway, is he? Everton have told him he can.
And it's quite evident
go,
that he's playing for Venezuela.
Yeah, it's not that he's injured.
Like
He's on his way, isn't he? So Everton that's what Everton needs to do, and I'm sure that is what the recruitment team will be trying to do. I'm sure that's what Frank Lampard will be trying to do. So yeah, so the World Cup quarter-finals, go on then, Ned. Croatia, Brazil, are you going for?
Brazil.
Okay, Netherlands, Argentina.
Argentina.
Okay, Morocco, Portugal.
Portugal.
Okay, and England and France.
England.
So you're saying Brazil, Argentina, Portugal and England will be...
I think there'll be a shock on Saturday.
Interesting.
If there's
Fair
not,
play.
it's going to be a rubbish gig for me on Saturday night.
Fair play. Sounds very good. So yeah. Right, that's us done. Hit the like button on the way out. Thanks for joining us today. A little impromptu World Cup and Everton chat. We put the chat about anything you asked really, but there you go. Like I said, we'll be back on YouTube on Friday for the Croatia-Brazil game. It should be a cracker. That's at 3. We'll be back about 5 to 3 on that one. If you're a Premier member, we will obviously see you tomorrow for our live show. Take it easy. Check out the Wayne Rooney interview if you haven't. And there's a few other things that are going on as well. So there you go. Take it easy. See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.